Cis means on this side of. So a cis isomer is a compound with the same chemical formula. So we have C2H2Cl2 in this case. But the cis isomer, the chlorine atoms are on the same side of this carbon-carbon double bond versus the trans isomer we'll talk about in a minute. Cisatlantic basically means on this side of the Atlantic Ocean. And then cislunar would refer to an orbit that's on this side of the moon, so between the Earth and the moon. Trans means across. So a trans isomer is something in organic chemistry where we have two compounds that have the same chemical formula, in this case C2H2Cl2. So both of these have two chlorines, two carbons, and two hydrogens. But the trans isomer, the chlorines are across from each other because this double bond basically makes it to where they're this can't rotate around this. Now, transcontinental means across the continent. So a transcontinental flight would go from all the way across the continent. Translunar refers to an orbit that is across the moon's orbit, so outside the Earth's or outside the moon's orbit. And then transport basically means to carry across. Tri means three, so a triangle is a shape with three sides. A tripod is a stand that has three legs, usually to hold a camera or something like that. And then phosphorus trichloride is a compound that would have one phosphorus and then three chlorine atoms, so trichloride. Tetra means four, so a tetrapod is any four-footed or four-legged animal. Tetris is a game where all the bricks are basically 4 blocks. You have to piece these together. I'm sure you guys have all played Tetris at some point in time. But there are different arrangements of 4 blocks in Tetris. And then sulfur tetrafluoride would be a sulfur atom, and then 4 fluorine atoms. So SF4 would be sulfur tetrafluoride. Hexa means 6. So hexahydrate would be a compound that had 6 water molecules associated with it, so hexahydrate. A hexagon is a 6-sided shape, so it's hexagonal. And then xenon hexafluoride would be a xenon atom with 6 fluorine atoms. It's one of the few compounds that can be made with a noble gas. Xenon is a noble gas.